Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about real world use cases. So obviously a category that is mainstream right now. A lot of people understand that this is the big deal about crypto. And, how often will we come back to gambling in crypto? How often will we come back to virtual reality worlds in crypto? I think those are very big topics, and I'm invested into things like Wink and Decentraland. However, I will say things like Vechain and Iota are going to be the coins that I'm going to be taking a look at today, because these are the style of coins that I think have the biggest potential in the future. So Vechain and Iota, both very, very big coins, very big, market caps already. We see the Vechain obviously above that 11.8 billion, and Iota not far behind, about 5 billion. And these recovered very, very well during this time. So we see, in the last 24 hours, Vechain's down about a percentage, but overall it's recovered fairly well from that 13 cents it went down to. Iota did the same thing, $1.80 already from its, it went down all the way to about $1.59. So we're seeing fast recoveries on these coins, because I think there's a lot of investors that understand there's not as much risk involved when you have real world use cases behind these coins. And I think you guys really need to jump into Vechain and Iota and find coins like this, because they always seem to do very well. They are already, real world applications that are being used, like things like Wink. I do like Wink. I think it's a good coin. However, it's gambling. It's something that's not as needed as maybe something like Vechain and Iota. Same thing with Decentraland. It's a great coin, great concept. I'm invested, but it's not something with, I guess, as big as a need or real use case, real world use case behind it. So let's take a look at Vechain and Iota. Do remember, guys, I'm not taking a jab at any coins that you don't have these, I guess, real world use case, because you can jump on your real, platform right now and go gamble on Wink, or you can go, in the virtual reality world and go run around right now. And that's a real world use case, right? Well, kind of. And I'm going to go into details on why Vechain and Iota, in my opinion, are very big coins to invest in, and find coins like these coins to make very good profits. In my opinion, if we jump into Vechain now, let's go take a look at the website. So if you guys don't know, Vechain is the world's largest, or I guess the world's leading blockchain application platform driven by enterprise adoption. If we take a look at the solutions, this is really where I'm talking about what Vechain does in real world cases. We already see it, implemented around the world too, which is a big thing to look at. Another one of these would be PundyX. If you guys don't know, I won't be talking about PundyX, but PundyX is another one. It's not doing well right now. However, things like that where it's going to be applied in real world cases and it's already being applied is a very big aspect as well. So we see digital carbon ecosystem solution here, consumer confidence index platform, automotive passport solution. We have the retail solution, logistics solution, liquefied natural gas solution, digital content distribution solution, electronic document deposit solution, agriculture solution as well. So very big solutions involved with Vechain. If you guys don't know much about Vechain, I do pretty much daily videos on that. So you should have a, good aspect by now. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe, turn notifications on, and like the video so you can jump in and see these daily updates on Vechain. It's a coin that we definitely take a look at a lot, because like I said, real world use, we see that massive amount of adoption in the last month alone. If we take a look at the Vechain price, we take a look at the last month, a 115.57% increase even after these massive crypto market crashes in the last couple of weeks. So we're seeing very, very good adoption because of the real world use cases that Vechain provides, and the idea that it's already out there and already being developed and worked on. It's already being, implemented in some of these industries, in some of these places. So Vechain is a cryptocurrency and smart contracts platform focused on supply chain management. It allows manufacturers to add sensors such as RFID tags to their products that can then record data onto the Vechain blockchain. So it's a big deal. I think, coins like this are going to continue to rise to the top. Let's jump to Iota and kind of talk about how this is similar. So we have real world cases behind Iota. And if we go down here, you can see the industries that they actually impact is sustainability, identity, and citizen-centric governance. They have mobility as well. So they go into car wallets, smart charging, usage-based insurance. And then go to smart cities. They have urban mobility management. They have the open and transparent data, peer-to-peer app collaboration. They have the global trade as well, track and trace, and the customs and border management, the digital twins. They also have the digital identity. So self-sovereign identity of things, and regulatory compliance. So you can actually explore more and understand why this is such a big deal. But the Iota Foundation, engineering, market adoption, social policy research, and PR communication, they dive deeper into really what's being used right now in the real world and what's being needed. So like what is needed, I guess, in the real world right now. I think that's going to be the main thing that we're going to be looking for. And Vechain and Iota are both two coins that really dive deeper into that. And I think they're both coins that are going to do very, very well in the future because of that. I do want you guys to realize that not every coin is going to make it past 2021 or 2022 or 2023. So you have to be a little bit careful careful when picking and choosing which coins you're going to invest in. Do remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and always do your own research. However, I think Vechain and Iota are going to be coins that thrive through the rest of the next couple of years because we see there's going to be a very real world use and case for them. I think Vechain and Iota are big coins, and I think there's many more like it. I could go through a list and find many coins just like Vechain and Iota. If you're looking for altcoins specifically, there's so many out there, and they're all going to do very well in my opinion. I don't think there's going to be too many that fall under the bus. Do you remember things like Wink? There's a lot of other, gambling sites out there. There's a lot of other crypto gambling sites being made currently. We just did a sponsored video on one earlier in the week. I think it was Winner, and with an R at the end. And it's pretty much the same concept as Wink. Just it almost seemed better. So I'm starting to get kind of weary of these outside altcoins that don't really have real world use cases at the moment. Decentraland is kind of a little bit different because, it is the first ever virtual world that you really have a say, and they talk a little bit into detail on that. And if you want to, keep investing in Decentraland and Wink, they're not bad choices, but, I would be a little bit more wary on some of those smaller coins, or definitely coins that say Moon or Safe in them. Be very careful with those. They're not always going to be, free ways to 100x. So I want to jump through some of these hoops and jump through some of these prices on some of these coins and see if they correlate. So if we think about Theta, would Theta be, under this category of really a real world use case? I would kind of be in the middle with this one because Theta is obviously a, delivery, or I guess a video delivery network powered by you, they call it. And it has a bunch of real world use behind it. Like obviously people are going to want to jump in to watch streams like twitch.tv and youtube.tv, or I guess youtube.com, and then you can watch the live streams on youtube.com. But I think this is going to be kind of in the middle on this. I think it's going to have real world use cases, kind of like Decentraland, but really I think it's going to be a coin that it does very well. I think it's going to be a unique coin that does very well. It's just, like I said, it's not going to be really under that Vechain Iota category. In my opinion, Vechain and Iota they have a category that's kind of separate, a category that's really kind of untapped. I think people are going to really like the idea of crypto working together with real world cases, not just things on the internet, or, not just gambling sites, or not just virtual reality, or not just a currency that's maybe faster or quicker. They like the idea of a solution being, really being solved. And I think Vechain, like specifically Vechain and Iota, do that in the real world every single day. Theta does something very similar as they're kind of solving a, live streaming service solution. And I think that's great. I think Theta's going to do great. And don't get me wrong, I think Wink and Decentraland could do great as well. But this category specifically, this real world use case category where Vechain and Iota really thrive, I think this is going to be a big category that you are going to want to kind of research, find these smaller low cap gems that maybe have a real world use case already, and planning to put in just a little money that you can maybe plan on losing. If you don't have money that you are okay with losing, I wouldn't invest, because you always want to make sure you're okay with losing the money you invest. But specifically with real world use case coins, you're going to have a better chance at getting your money back, in my opinion. So I think these are just some tips for you guys to talk about the real world use case behind Vechain and Iota, and really what this category is that has been thriving and will continue to thrive, in my opinion, going into 21, 22, 23, 23, or I guess I said 23 twice, but 24, 25, 2021, I guess I should say 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. I think we're going to see very big years for things like Iota and Vechain. And let me know if you guys agree with me in the comments. I think these real world use cases really are going to come into play. Like I said, when these big time investors come in, they're not going to be jumping and dumping their money into things like Wink or Decentraland. They're going to dump into things like they believe in, things like Vechain or Iota that have plans and partnerships in place, that have real world uses already in place. I think it's going to be a big deal, and I think you guys should continue to start looking for these coins. And if you guys have any coins that kind of fit this category, or you have questions about them, let me know in the comments. I would be really interested to take a look and see if they really fall in this category, or I can give you guys suggestions as well. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button and turn notifications on. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.